Hello sea stars, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessie, I am a sea witch, and today we're starting something a little bit new. Call me a 21st century witch, and I'm totally okay if you do, because I, for the life of me, cannot write in journals. And I really want to. I feel like it fits my whole vibe, it fits the aesthetic. I've got so many gorgeous sea witch type looking journals like this, like oh my gosh. Look at this. I keep my necklace on here. Look at this. She's stunning. She's gorgeous. I love her so much. I picked her up in a thrift store. She was $2. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Unlined. I'm a huge fan of anything online. Unlined. And you can also notice completely empty. I have two trains of thought when it comes to journals. Either I think that they are so pretty that I am so scared to mess them up and write in them, so I need to make sure that what I put in there is perfect because I want to look back on it and be able to read it and have it look really nice and aesthetic, so then I just never wind up using them. Or two, if it's a journal that I'm just writing in for the sake of taking notes, my mind goes so far ahead of what my hand could physically write that it just winds up looking like chicken scratch, and then I don't have a record of actually anything. What I'm leading up to here is that I usually wind up keeping my notes, my diary entries and things like that online, and I either write them out or type them up in my notes app, or I do a video format or voice note format. And I decided I wanted to take these Sea Witch Diaries into my YouTube space so that I can talk about the things that I'm going through in my practice, things that I have actually learned over the years that I come back to time and again, and hopefully expressing what I have been through might help someone else that is on the same or similar path. And yeah, we can just vibe in the chaos together. So with all that being said, welcome to my first entry of my Sea Witch Diaries. Grab yourself a nice cup of tea. I've got loose tea in here from the equinox that I still have yet to finish, even though we're only a few weeks away from Samhain. Whoops. Actually, by the time I upload this, it might actually be November. Whoops. Kicking right off with this week's theme. Have you ever just felt like your life was a tempest in a teapot? What is that? Taylor Swift has her new song Opalite, which I love, and she describes it as a storm inside a teacup, and that is a very interesting phrase. The one I've always known is the expression tempest in a teapot. I actually wrote a poem called Tempest in a Teapot that's in my first ever published poetry book, if you guys feel like checking that out. Shameless self-promo. But I wrote that poem at a time where, yeah, my life just felt like absolute chaos contained in a very, very tiny space. Because honestly, like, the world is moving on. Things are going fine, like things around you are okay and stuff like that, but the storm inside is just like indescribable. And to be honest, I've kind of been in that place recently now. I usually say that autumn is my favorite season, and that is definitely true. But I also really feel this deep melancholy, and oftentimes in the fall I feel a lot more anxiety since the days are getting shorter and the nights are getting longer. And I know that there's so many other people that feel this way. Seasonal depression is probably one of the most common things that you experience if you live in a place that has all seasons like this. Now, my work with mermaids has really forced me to start honoring my emotions at the place that they're at, not the place that they were and shaming myself for it, and not the place that they are going to be when I eventually get over this thing, but at the place that they are right now so that I can process and get over it. So honoring my emotions, but not dwelling on them, which unfortunately is my default setting. Here is probably the most poignant example of how my emotions have dragged me under before. Almost 3 years ago now, I fell off a tire swing and broke my collarbone. I had been lucky enough to go my entire life until that point with no injuries that required surgery, but unfortunately I couldn't get out of this one. It was fractured in 3 places. Before I knew it, I had a metal plate and 8 screws. To this day, I still have a metal plate and 8 screws right here. I just remember it all happening so fast. I was scared, I could not stop crying. I was in so much pain. The friends that I thought would be there for me wound up completely abandoning me. The surgery was in 3 days, and I had to come to terms with a lot of realities all at the same time. I'd like to say that in the midst of all this chaos, I had a beautiful sea witch epiphany that just came to me and dug me out of this tunnel, but that's not what happened. In this case, I was left to capsize like a dinghy in a hurricane. It wasn't until quite a while after this scenario, actually, that I began to realize what sea witches would do in the midst of a storm like that. Historically, sea witches were not scared of storms. They embraced them, and in some cases, they actually controlled them. Similar to the sirens of the Odyssey that could conjure both calm and foul weather, the sea witch understood that the storm inside was an anchor for change, and they could bring that storm to life or bend one that was already there to their will. Now granted, that was a physical storm, we're more so talking about emotional storms, but the overlapping concept is still the same. And after that experience and several others that happened in rapid succession, I was sick of letting the storm control me. By the end of the following year, I had wrangled that bitch so far into submission that I wound up traveling to 4 countries, 3 states. I met amazing friends that are still in my life today, and I had the most wild experiences that shaped the very essence of my magical practice because I refused to let the storm continue to control me. Now, do I still get caught up in tempests? Occasionally. But I now understand that I don't have to take shelter and just wait for it to pass, because I was born to dance in the rain. So in honor of honoring your own tempest in a teapot, in the grotto we're doing a shell cup ritual to deepen our understanding with the tempest within. I'll be doing my classic video walkthrough tutorial, I'll be making a little ritual card for you guys to print out and keep, and all of that will be waiting inside the mermaid's grotto that's on my Patreon. Here's a little sneak peek, and I hope to see you there.